Last week, we had created our AWS access keys and we retrieved our AWS access key secret, right? The secret key. And like I said, don't share that secret key. The one that I created last week has been I deleted it so that no one can run up my AWS account. It's a pre-recorded video. I'm not doing it live, so that's why I had no problem doing it live, doing it in the video. But never, ever, ever share your access key because people can make your costs go really, really high, right? This week we are going to download, install, and configure the AWS CLI so that we can have our machine connected to our AWS account and we can do different commands and stuff like that. So what's going to lead into next week, we will be able to upload a file from our local machine to an AWS S3 bucket, the same way that we did it in the console 2 weeks ago. We're going to be able to do it through our command line to the same bucket that way. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started with the show. Welcome to another episode of Software Explorations, concept and overviews hosted by your Trinity Tech with Ralph, where we are engineered to win. We are going to get started with downloading and configuring, right? So the first thing that we're going to do, we are going to be looking at the documentation on how to download this. And I'm going to be using Linux, but this would work. I'll put the instructions to the AWS site in the description of the video, but it's going to be just about the same on any platform that you're doing. Windows might have a installer, an executable, or an MSI installer. I don't think there might be a homebrew for Mac. I'm not sure, but from the instructions that I saw, it was downloading it through a curl command, and Linux is pretty much the same as the Mac OS. So, but that's what we're going to be doing. All right. So with that being said, let's get started. First, we're going to go to the browser. We're going to look at the instructions. So let's get into installing the CLI, right? Let's see. So we're going to be installing version 2 of the AWS CLI, and we're just going to follow these simple commands. I'm going to be installing it on our Kali Linux installation. Very important because if you think about it, I'm installing Kali Linux. If you think about it from a cybersecurity perspective, to bring that into play, there are a lot of different tools and things that you could do as a penetration tester, as a GRC analyst, whatever, where you are maybe uploading certain reports for people to access to an S3 environment or whatever tools that you would use. All right. So we're going to take these commands one at a time into our Kali Linux so that we can download the CLI, we can unzip it, and then we can install it as well. All right. So we're going to go through these guided steps, right? So first we're going to do the curl command. I'm going to do them one by one instead of just copying the whole thing so that you can have a better understanding of all the little ins and outs, the intricacies of things that are happening. Okay. So let's start off with this. Let's start off with this command, curl, and then HTTPS, AWS CLI, Amazon, AWS.com, and the path to download the zip file. Okay, so and it's going to output it as the AWS CLI v2.zip. Right, so we're going to copy that, and we're going to go over into our Kali Linux installation, and there we have it. We're going to press enter. And it's going to download our AWS CLI zip file. And now that that's done, I'm going to copy the next command. And I'll show you this real quick, right? We could do this part, but it's optional. I don't feel like making this video go too long by getting into this part. I'd say, like, if you want to do it, go for it. But I'm just going to jump right into the unzip part, where we're going to unzip the installer. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. Copy that. Let's go back over here, and we're going to paste, unzip, and everything is downloaded. Let's do a ls command. We have the AWS folder. Let's go into the AWS folder for a second. Do a ls, and everything that we downloaded is inside the folder. I'm just gonna pick up the last. I'm just gonna pick up the last command, our sudo to install AWS. Let's clear that out. We're going to do sudo and then dot to go inside of and then inside the AWS folder, and we're going to run the install script, and that should be able to install our version 2 of the AWS CLI. Let's press enter. Oops, let's see. Oh, that's because I'm inside the AWS folder. Let's do cd dot dot. Let's go sudo install, and let's see. Okay, so something that is important is when you're down. So I'll show you this. I downloaded the Linux x86 one, but for this particular machine, because I'm on a Mac, I need the Linux ARM. So keep that in mind. You need to choose the right. The right one for your computer. So if you have, for instance, a newer Mac with a M chip, a silicon chip, then you're going to need to use the ARM version, right? The architecture. But if not, then you'd be using the Linux x86. So I am going to do the copy again to get the right version. Let's go back over here. So now I'm going to download the newest file with the architecture that with the correct architecture. And we're going to extract that. So unzip AWS CLI v2.zip. And everything is cleared out. So now we're going to run the command to install the AWS CLI. And it is installed that quickly. Now let's just run the AWS, or let's run the usr/local/bin AWS version. And we have our version 2 installed. So one thing that we do want to do is have what they call a symlink, where if we just type in AWS, it's going to point to that folder, right? So let's see, do they show us here how to do that? It'll be very annoying if we don't do it. Let's see. I don't see it here. Let's see. If we type in AWS, what happens? All right, there we go. So we're good. AWS -- version. Make sure it's the right version. Yep, we are on the right version. We are good to go. All right. Next up, we need to configure our AWS version, or not our version, but our AWS Command Line Interface. So we're going to do AWS configure. So it's asking us for the access key that we had downloaded. I am going to pull up my access key. I'm going to pull up my access key. And I am going to paste it in here. Press enter. Now it's asking me for the secret. So I am going to paste my secret in here as well. There goes my secret. And I'm going to press enter. It's going to ask me for a default region. I'm going to just put in US East 1 because that's the one that I normally use. Enter. And output format, I'm going to leave it as that. And bada bing, bada boom, we are good to go. We have our access keys set up. So one thing that we can do to make sure that our access key is working, we're going to do a quick little command to make sure that it is actually connecting. Okay, so probably should have did it before. We set it up just so we can see that it wasn't working, now that it is working, but it is what it is. All right, let's go ahead and do it. AWS STS get caller identity. And if we go enter, we are good to go. It has our user ID, our account, our ARN. We are good to go. All right. Well, that is it for today. We have successfully downloaded the CLI version 2. We have successfully installed it. We have successfully configured it, and we have verified that we are able to connect. So when we come back next time, we are going to be using the command line interface in order to upload a file to S3 to the bucket that we created last time and go from there, right? But let's go back to full screen. And please let me know in the comments if you found these short little videos helpful, informative, if you were able to try it, if you already knew this. But there's a lot of people who don't know and they're looking to get started with the cloud. And I just want to give a quick and easy way to get to it. And we're going to just continue to do more things with the cloud in a easy to digest way. All right. But I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of Software Explorations hosted by your shitty tech coach Ralph. Do me a big favor on your way out. If you haven't done so already, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content as well. Go to techcoachralph.dev, sign up today for exclusive content, help support all the work that we're doing here, and let's learn together. Let's win together. Join the Tech Coach Ralph Discord as well. All right. I'm out of here. You guys have a wonderful rest of your week. Tech Coach Ralph, we are out.
Shadows cast by doubt, whispered fears of what they'll talk about. Got dreams that wait in line behind our pride, but courage lives where fear is set aside. So many dreams collected dust on shelves, scared to fail, so we hide our true selves. But life will pass and so will all those stairs. Nobody's watching as much as we think they care. So step into the light, don't fear the fall. The only limits here are built by walls. Tear them down and seize what you deserve. You're stronger than the whispers you've heard. Got plans to make, but fear keeps you in place. Afraid to lose, or maybe scared to chase. But what if magic waits around the bend? Go grab it now, don't let the doubters win. We wear these masks to hide what we believe, but truth has power when worn on your sleeve. Reach for the stars, they're closer than they seem. Your path is clear, don't let them steal your dream. So step into the light, don't fear the fall. The only limits here are built by walls. Tear them down and seize what you deserve. You're stronger than the whispers you've heard. Got plans to make, but fear keeps you in place. Afraid to lose, or maybe scared to chase. But what if magic waits around the bend? Go grab it now, don't let the doubters win. We wear these masks to hide what we believe, but truth has power when worn on your sleeve. Reach for the stars, they're closer than they seem. Your path is clear, don't let them steal your dream.